Callum, do not. This is not a problem with the stream. This is not a problem with anything. This game is actually in black and white red. This is not a issue with compression.
It looks cool. Like,
yes.
It looks cool, but it sounds terrible.
As we go through this, we will get to the soundtrack of this game, which is both incredible and terrible at the same time, in a way I really appreciate.
Yeah, like, I could get that, but man, listening to this while you're setting up, it's mind-numbing. Like,
so, this is Othercide. This is on, as far as I know, it's only on PC. Can you quickly check that as I set this up? I think it's only on PC right now. I'm going to jump into my current game because, well, you'll see why in a second.
It's only on PC. Oh, it's on. Apparently, it's coming to I don't know if it's out on consoles, but it's labeled here as PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. So,
okay. Oh, it's coming to Switch. Nice. Okay.
Apparently.
So, to very succinctly.
Oh, so it's out on PlayStation and Xbox, and it's coming to Switch September 10th. Oh, so it is out.
It is out.
It's all out.
Cool.
It's all out.
So this.
I don't know what month it is.
I know, right? So this is a tactics game, kind of XCOM-y. The line between turn-based strategy and tactics has always been a bit hazy to me, so I'm gonna go. My reference point is that it's kind of turn-based XCOM-y, but is also a roguelike, and just has some super interesting mechanics that.
I mean, look at that fucking thing in the background.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is that?
So there's a lot happening here, and it's very dense mechanically, so I'm going to try and go through this as best I can. So it is a roguelike to start with. So you see at the top it says Recollection 2, which means I've restarted from scratch once already.
Right.
Every time you restart, it uses this next recollection button. So if you die completely, if you lose all of your units completely, the game will restart automatically. But if at any point you hit next recollection manually, you get more of these shards, which is the fourth thing in the top left there.
Yeah.
And then they get used to do, if I go to remembrances over here, these are things that you activate for a run that cost shards. So you will start. So I will start a new run with 225 shards to spend in these, and it starts with stuff like, hey, all your units gain 15% max health points on this run and stuff like that.
It's specifically for this run.
So that's the thing I'm not sure about. Like, if I restart, I think I get all 225 back, and then I have to just mark. But I can like make these active and inactive. Oh no, you can only activate them.
Right.
Okay, you can't inactivate them. But I've got a bunch of shards I haven't spent yet, so I might just start doing some of these. But they've got everything from like specific damage types to like. So this is the one that actually got this game running for me again, where it's just like, okay, you start level 4 for every new unit, which is super handy. So yeah, the way the units work is it's the daughters, which are your characters. There are 3 classes. There are shield bearers, which are kind of high defense, low damage. There are blade masters, which are high damage, but low health. And then soul slingers, which just fire guns. Yeah.
Okay.
Ranged and are kind of squishy, but not as squishy as blade masters. But are ranged and generally output less damage, but do it at a distance. There is... God, there's so much stuff here. So every unit has a level. So you see Constance is level 6. If I go into her skills, these are skills that unlock as she levels up. Oh, I keep hitting the bumpers rather than triggers. So they unlock skills. They also have just straight up stats. And then they have traits. And traits get learned both as you level up and as you sacrifice. So the big change in here that I haven't seen in one of these games is your units do not recover health ever. So any damage that's done to them is permanent. The only way to recover health is to sacrifice one of your other units to regenerate the unit's health.
Ah, okay.
And you lose that other unit. And also the other
units to other unit.
Yes. But that other unit has to be equal to or greater level than you are.
Right, okay. So you can only feed level 6s to level 6s or higher.
Yes, you can feed 6s to 4s, but you can't feed 4s to 6s.
Yeah.
So the thing at the bottom there, that's sacrifice and regenerate. So I would basically take my shield bearer and say, okay, I want to sacrifice my shield bearer to regenerate one of my other units, and then they would do that. And you'll see also, if I do that sacrifice thing again, you'll see at the bottom there it says new traits part of Celeste. So if you feed a daughter to another daughter, some of their stats will carry over into that new unit, so she'll get a health boost and initiative order boost. So that's all of that. You also have the cemetery, which is where daughters who have died, you can bring them back, but they need a specific currency, which is the third thing in on the left there.
The coin. The coin thing.
Which you get from doing a... currently the only way I've seen it is from a very specific type of mission, you get a coin. And then the birthing pool is just where you germinate a daughter, so you can just generate a new unit.
Gross.
Right, I know, right? So you can generate a new unit, they all start...
Guide her well.
Oh, I've actually now done this. Okay, sure. You can randomize a name or choose a name, and then you choose a class for them, basically. So let's take in our Soul Singer because, and then they get added. Codex is just the codex. It's just all of the lore stuff and like some background stories and all this kind of stuff. So that's all the Inner Void stuff. Oh, there's also the only other thing is if you go to. So see the second thing in, the kind of red arrow thing, that's your vitae? Vitae? Is that how you pronounce it? The Latin for life?
Yeah, vitae.
Vitae. So your vitae are used to germinate new daughters and also to activate memories, which are just like individual unit buffs on specific skills. So like increase the damage of a skill by 55, increase critical damage by 5, all this kind of stuff.
Sure.
I get the feeling there's going to be more classes later because there's a bunch of memories that do like that are incompatible because you have to target a unit, like one of your units, and I haven't have anything that does that so far yet. So there may be a healer class that opens later on, but I don't know. That's me guessing currently right now.
I mean, in a game where you don't regenerate health, a healer class seems like it would be pretty good.
Or maybe not a healer class, maybe there's like a buff class or like a support class of some kind. So what's happening here? So bottom left it says I'm the second...
What the fuck is going on in this game? Like what?
So what that's kind of unclear. So the general thing is there was this kind of overall darkness style. In fact, let me go to the codex and that'll remind me of some names. So Mother was kind of the head defense basically against this darkness that was coming called the Veil. And she died hundreds of years ago and basically got reincarnated as the Red Mother, and that's the character that you see at the very front of the screen here.
Yeah.
And basically she is now using herself to create, basically creating versions of herself, which are the daughters, to then try and push, and then try and push back the Veil, is kind of the thing. There's a lot of things happening here. Like there's a lot of like actual story stuff in here, and there is like a timeline-ish thing of like kind of like here's the stuff that happened over the year. Like the lore stuff is rolled out very slowly, it seems, and a lot of it is kind of in here as opposed to that, but the intro is actually pretty good. It's a very effective intro. So this is the second era, so I beat the first boss. And every era starts like this, where you can see the timeline at the bottom there. It's currently day 7. Halfway through this era, you'll see there's a small skull. Halfway through, the final boss of this era becomes available, and then at the end of the timeline, the final boss will attack regardless. So you have a bit of time to prepare yourself before the boss becomes available. In between these, you have these synapses. So it seems like this is all kind of abstracted away from the real world, where like you're existing maybe inside the Veil and you're trying to push your way back out again, something along those lines. But you basically defeat these synapses as ways of living up units and getting more currency and all that kind of stuff. So we'll just jump in one of these here. So let's get some daughters. So we want basically you usually kind of want one of each I've seen so far.
That would make sense.
And I'm doing it here just to kind of also show off all of these units. Cool. And it tells you like open this, which is how open the actual map's going to be, and then exactly what characters or what enemies you're going to be facing. So, cool. Start this.
Farewell, daughters.
So yeah, so this is... So I've defeated the first boss. It took me a couple of goes to actually defeat him. And the boss was the point where the soundtrack actually worked for me the first time. Where
I remember you talking about it on the podcast.
Yeah, I've talked about it a little bit on the podcast, but it really ramps up as the boss fight goes on. So this is a hunt type mission, so it's basically just destroy all enemies. Okay, so there's kind of a lot happening here, but we'll go through it. So timeline at the bottom is the main part of how this game is structured. So you'll see all my characters are on the timeline with different numbers. Every character has 100 action points to start with. So you can see as I try and move around, you'll see how much gets used as I move around.
Yeah.
And then if I go into my skills, you can see how much each skill costs to use and its range and all this kind of stuff. You can also see as I move around, you can't actually see right now. So the main kind of risk reward about this game, if you spend under 50 action points on your turn, you will come back halfway through the timeline. So you see the timeline basically goes from 0 to 100 at the bottom.
Yeah, so that's your initiative.
So currently as I do stuff, you'll see that Hope has a kind of another version of herself in the timeline at 48. So as long as I spend under 50 action points, I will come back at 50. As soon as I spend more than 50 action points, which in this case is like anything moving outside of here, you'll see she jumps to 100. And that's burst mode, where you can use all 100 action points, but it means you go to 100 before your next turn comes back. So that's the kind of main thing where like you can act more quickly if you stay there, but like 50 action points is not a lot of action points. So like if I wanted to hit this person, for instance, it's going to cost me 60 to get there, which immediately pushes me over, right? Or even if I get there to get close, that's 50. None of my skills are going to be able to do anything, and I'm going to end up in burst mode. So that's the kind of main thrust of what a lot of this is about how you manage your action points. And also, I actually really like the system, because what it means is if you're going to go more than 50, you may as well spend all 100. Like, there's no, like, in between. Like, if you're going to go for it...
Like, once you're over 50...
Once you're over... Like, as soon as you spend 51...
There's no, like, higher benefit to having, like, 25 or
exactly.
40 or whatever. So.
There's also, like, there's no cover in this game. There's only line of sight.
No, that makes sense when like all the weapons are melee apart from the person with guns.
Yeah, it's all just line of sight. So the other interesting thing is the skills themselves have some interesting things. So stuff like sidestep, which is you see is marked as instant action, that's just a move you just do and spend points and it works. There's also delayed actions, which says it deals damage after 30 units. You can see if I select that, a 30 has appeared on the timeline where that action is actually going to kick off. So if you can delay it, you'll usually do more damage with that thing, but obviously if people shunt initiative around, you can sometimes miss and all this kind of stuff. So there's kind of that risk reward thing in there. So let's see what we're dealing with here. So we've got to defeat eight enemies. So stuff like the Curse Therapist is a... is there a zoom in this? I can't remember. Yeah, there is. The Curse Therapist is a ranged unit which has basically its main attack is like a delayed action that will do massive damage to you. Play guards, shielded and do a lot of melee damage. These guys are slow but ranged. Some more guys over here. This guy just hurts badly.
He's got a big axe.
Yeah, this thing is a horrifying creature. It moves fast, it can leap, and has a massive amount of health. You can see the health at the top left there.
Yeah. And
also they're very good in this game about just giving you information, so I can hit Y on any unit and like straight up like here's their skills, like here's everything they can do.
Here's what they do, yeah.
Here's everything that they do here and exactly what they need and what they do and all that kind of stuff, and see their stats and all this kind of stuff. What else is there? There's crit damage, there's crit damage is a percentage, so we'll see. So anyway, let's try and see what we can do here. I'm going to fail miserably because I'm in a bad position when I left this game off, so we'll see. Okay, so Hope's going to
How do you know? Like, because it's just like a lot of your health units are low health, or
I've got low health units. I've only just started seeing these things, which will really fuck you up in interesting ways. Anytime you see one of these things, it's probably going to go bad. The advantage of it being a roguelike means that they can throw new stuff at you let you learn and die, and it's not the worst thing ever, so it's fine. Okay, so what we're going to do, so I want to get my Blade Master. He's not going to move. He is going to move, probably, so I'm just going to... And then also if you hover over enemies, you can see how far they can move in a turn, so you can kind of start planning a little bit about what they're going to do. This thing's going to just charge, probably, so I'm actually just going to move to here, then I'm just going to skip in my turn for now, so I can see what happens. I'm going to kind of group everyone up for now, because you're not... Oh, I kind of want to... There's no undo as well, is the other thing I discovered.
Oh, that's good.
So you kind of have to commit. You, I'm going to try and take, because you have a relatively short... so shots, damage, take 3, yep. So I'm already in burst, so I was like, okay, might as well just keep going. So yeah, I super like how this game looks. It just has such a unique style to it, and you would think the black and white and red gets boring, and they really do some interesting stuff with it as you go on. So the other type of skill here is the interruptions. So interruptions, there's no Overwatch in this game either, but you do have these interruption attacks. And you'll see that rather than saying HP, this says 10% HP. So all of the interruption things cost health. And remember, health doesn't regenerate. So one of the other main uses for Soul Slingers is that they're really good at interruption stuff. So I'm going to do this as the interruption. And you see, actually cuts herself and is like, okay, right, interruption. So she will now...
Oh, this game's so fucking edgy. What the fuck?
Yep. Yeah. But it's like it pulls it off. Like it doesn't seem. It's not cringy in the same way. It's actually like, I don't know how else to describe it. It's pretty good at it. So everyone's doing moves. So you can see the timeline adjusting as people move and yeah, this guy also buffs. So there's armor as well, and armor is very simple. It's just straight up like anything under 150 damage doesn't hit, and it takes 150 damage. It absorbs 150 damage, basically.
Is it like a break, or is it like is it 150 damage and it has no armor anymore? Or
no, it stays until it wears off, and it lasts a turn usually. From everything I've seen so far. Okay, what does this Blade Master have again? I can do my imbued blade probably. So if you use the bumpers, you can jump between everything on the timeline, so you can see who's going to go when. So I'm going to do an imbued. Well, actually, I need to move to here. I'm going to do. So you see, she's got her damage went up there because if I look at her stat, can't remember where. I don't think I actually see it in here. But basically, she has a passive that is like, the more she's surrounded, the more damage she does.
Sure.
So now that she's there. So I'm going to do an imbued blade, which is going to hit diagonally here, and it's going to take 30, which means they're not going to have a shot before I do it. So I'm going to do that. And then move. I think Claire's going to go. Okay, what do I want to do with her? She's only level 4, so she doesn't have any of her advanced skills yet. So I'm going to just kind of get yourself into position for something to happen, because something's probably going to happen pretty quickly here.
Well, that thing's going next, yeah.
So also the aggro rules are... There we go. The aggro rules are described per unit, like straight up. There's no mystery about it. Where, so like the range units there, the plague, these guys, the therapists, curse therapists, they will aim for the lowest health unit within range. Like they just straight up say that. So you do end up having all this information in your head going, well, they're going to aim at this and they're going to aggro this way and all this kind of stuff.
That's good.
Yeah, it's nice to actually have that. Okay, so I need to... He's got basically no health. This thing is going to fuck me up, so I need to deal with that. So... Also, flanking and backstabs are a thing as well. But as you can see, as I move around, the unit will move to face me, but they will only face one unit at a time. So as soon as you attack, I think this is how this works. It's been kind of unclear. I'm still learning this bit. But as soon as you attack, it locks the enemy direction. So you have to get into a position, attack, which will lock, and then you can get other people around them. So Claire's going to go next. So, and then I want Hope. Oh, Hope's not going to. Okay, yeah, we're going to. So we're just going to go to. Here we are. Just going to go here. Slash. And then if I move now. Also, you can move and attack in whatever order you want as long as you've got the AP to do it. Slash again. And then turn. And Claire hopefully is going to so he's now locked facing that way despite me going to attack here. So I'm just going to do a so there's some attacks here that will delay as well. So this one's if I hit with slam, it's going to move that character back on the thing, which means I'm going to get our shot. So I'm going to do that.
Shred them down.
That's basically like a kill.
Yeah, I got that.
So sometimes that'll happen. That's also
she also has a skill. She also has a skill that says that she forces people to face her, which I guess makes sense when she's a tank.
And she's the so she's the tank, so she can very clearly like say no, you need to face this way while you're here. And since I'm bursting already, I'm just gonna finish this guy off.
Only a devil will block our holy sacrament.
So yeah, the style of it's super interesting. Where like the daughters themselves are like a vaguely Victorian style, but also like the characters here, like it's very Plague Doctor-y. It's very Bloodborne-esque for the look for some of these creatures, which is I really like it. I really like, and some of the designs, especially the boss creatures so far, have just been something else. They really have. Okay, let's do some ranged work over here. Just fuck this guy up. Oh, he had armor on him, right? Okay. Her Wrathful Rain is really good, where you run her in, and then she does like an AoE, and then nopes the fuck out of there like 5 titles back. It's really handy for like hit and run style attacks, which are very good. Okay, let's group up, and we'll see what these guys are going to do. The levels don't. Oh shit. Okay. So he's gonna hit 60. Yeah, he's just gonna hit. He's just gonna hit because there's nothing I can do because everyone bursted. That's a lot of damage he's about to do. Okay, he can armor himself. He's gonna armor. Oh shit. Okay, I need to get rid of that guy. Oh, and that's his ranged attack. Ow. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, okay. So the only thing about it's very tempting to just burst all the time, especially early on. God damn it. But you do end up in this position where the moves that they
get like 6 turns before you do anything.
Yeah, well, it's not even that. Like, they can do delayed actions that you basically can't get out of because you're not going to get there.
Like the big gun.
Like the big gun, which is a major one. Okay. I'm going to do my sidestep to get in here. And then I'm going to... Can I imbue blade you before you move again? Well, do I need to is the question. You are deal 1 health. That'll deal up to that. And that'll deal... Yeah, let's just try the slash, see if it'll do it. Yep, there we go.
Flawless.
Cool. Who's going to go before you? I'm going to save. I'm going to not burst and take that. You do again? You're just lunge and slam. Okay. Let's just get you up the front line. And you guys to move in again. Are you just going to attack again? Is that what's going to happen? No. You didn't do anything? Weird. Okay. I'm gonna... Rain is... How much damage does Wrathful Rain do again? Yeah. So the thing I really appreciate about this is that, like, there's no hidden mechanics. Like, everything is, like, fucking armor, right?
I wasn't going to say anything
no,
because,
yeah, okay.
you know...
I need to deal with this thing, actually. No, it's the only thing you can see. Great. I'm just going to pull you back and try and save your health. Oh, that fucking right. Yep. Okay. Am I going to get that? She
I feel like she's gonna die.
She's probably going to die here. Or he can actually just armor himself now. Great. Cool. Okay, you just need to like overload some damage on this dude, I think. Really imbued blade, that guy. What's happening in 21? Oh, that's the... Oh, shit. Okay.
It's gonna be your guy dead, is what's happening in 21.
There's nothing... Not much I can do with that. So you're probably going to take care of him. So I need to go deal with you. Here. Can I do enough damage? Ah, why are you not? How much armor do you have now?
He got buffed twice on one turn.
So if you see the top right, yeah, if you see the top right, it says how much armor there. Shite. Oh well. Okay, you just go around there and stay there. Yep. So yeah, and all your characters are permadeath, except well, I mean they go back to the graveyard and you can recover them if you have the tokens.
Yeah.
But not good. Not good. Oh wow, the range on that thing is a nightmare. So can she just not move? Is that... I mean, her turn's coming up. Rooted, I assume that means she can't move.
Yeah, that's normally what that means.
Unless I can...
Rooted normally means you can't move, but you can still act, as opposed to like stun.
Do I just need to go knock him? I can't, there's no way I can reach him and do damage? Shit, okay. Flash. At least defeat him. And then I'm just gonna have to start. Oh, because you're still going, right? Because you've still got all your armor. Wait, I just need to get rid of this guy. I just need to go. Yeah, okay. Oh, you're running.
Yeah, it's not very far.
No, not at all. Sure. I've definitely had some missions where one wrong move.
She can move. Okay.
Yeah. Has just totally boned me, like 100%. Just misread the terrain or something like that. Yeah, I don't know what Rooted does. I can go look that up when we're back. So you can see like these usually mark like feature attack. Usually AoEs.
Oh yeah, that's going to be the roots thing.
Yeah, that's
what's hitting you.
I need to go what Rooted actually looks like. Cool. Okay, now let's go deal with this guy. Actually, while we're here, we should just get rid of this guy. Can I hit with 22? No. I hit with 29. I can hit with 29. Imbued blade. Range. Backstab that. Full. Oh, you fuck! I didn't see who was next. Shit. Got it. Okay. And she's now like 66 on the... Oh, okay. Right. We're gonna have to chase this dude down, I think.
I mean, the other guy's like probably not gonna do anything to you.
I mean, unless the root...
Yeah, there you go,
yeah,
see.
he doesn't have that much of a range.
The range isn't the full map.
Yeah, no, thank God. Okay, I basically have this turn to fuck this dude up. Can I do my imbued blade from here? It takes 30, yes. Okay. So he's dead. Unless this... Well, wait, actually, does he still have... No, he's got no armor.
No, he's dead.
He's probably dead, so I'm going to start moving you over here to deal with this. There we go.
Exquisite.
Okay. Yeah, at least that. But we now know it can move, so it's fine. Except that she's not going to be able to move before... So yeah, it's a different... The thing I like about this is it's a different level of... You're thinking about different things than you normally do in these type of games. For me, anyway. Like, my touchstone for this stuff is XCOM, obviously. So, like, you have to think in different ways. But
this is more like a tactics game. This is more like Final Fantasy or like Ogre Tactics and stuff like that.
Sure. Okay, so theoretically, I can get Claire in here. How much is her? Oh, she doesn't have the. Oh, she has Slam, which I can do, which I think knocks him. Oh, I can't do Slam.
Not enough.
Crap. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there ain't much I can do. Okay, well, get you in position. This is a bad mission. Like, I'm playing because I'm recording and playing this at the same time. I'm not really thinking about it, but this is not going well. Losing characters is a big fucking deal. So, because even if you're not particularly worried about a character dying, you at least want to save them so you can then use it to regenerate a different character.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Does the amount of health that they give back?
No.
Is that dependent on how healthy they are at the time?
It's just a sacrifice. Okay, that was 3 moves that I've never seen him do before, so this should be interesting. He has 360 armor, awesome. I don't have any attacks that will do any damage to him, so let's go here so that she... Oh! That was an interruption, right, cool. And it means I now can't move. Sweet. Okay, well, that's that. Cool.
No.
There's nothing I can do because there's no damage.
Hit him anyway, like, right?
Well, there's no damage I can do because he's got.
He's gonna hit armor, right?
Yeah, none of the attacks to do.
Yeah, but you could like force him to look at you so that they.
Well, I can't. He is looking at me and I can't move. So.
Yeah, but the second skill forces him to look at you.
Yeah, let's do that.
I don't know if that locks it.
Yeah, it
or
locked.
That...
It said locked.
Okay,
so. Then hopefully I can get Hope into...
It also pushes him back a turn on the initiative. I've looked at this game for 10 minutes. How to understand this better than you?
Excuse me, because it's... Yeah, because... Yep. That's going to hit. I mean, he's not going to move.
No. Well, he might.
He might actually move.
Unless you do the thing again and push him back further in the order.
There we go.
Yeah, you gotta just do that.
I'll do it. Cool. So that's kind of the game. There's the kind of two sections.
We draw
the kind of
ever
overworld
closer to
bit, or
fulfilling
the
our
planning bit,
purpose.
and then the missions themselves. Like I said, like all of these mechanics together, it feels like there's a lot to grasp. But once you actually start getting into it, it actually makes a lot of sense once you're there. And it's different mechanics that I've seen in a lot of these games, and even just the health and sacrifice system means you end up making some really hard choices about, like, so the first time through, when it got to the first boss, I basically had to sacrifice everyone except 3 to get my 3 highest level characters to full health to do the boss. So then you immediately come into the second era and you're fucked, right? Because you only have the 3 characters and all that kind of stuff. So I just restarted again since I got the level 4 buff to start with, and kind of went from there. The other thing is when you restart the recollection, if you've beat a boss, you can immediately take that boss on rather than having to wait. So the boss is available from the start if you want to just run. If you want to run through the first era again. My guess is going to be that some of these remembrances... In fact, I think I might have one, actually, already. Where is it?
The one that starts you at level 4 you got because you beat a boss.
Yes. Well, there was that one as well, but there was also one, I think, that just said... Yeah, kill the surgeon, who's the first boss. Yeah, skip an era. So you can literally just start...
Oh, okay.
So if you kill the surgeon, you can skip the era. But obviously, like, if you skip an era, you'd lose the opportunity for that first era to take your level 4 guys further because you're just skipping the era.
You're sacrificing XP, yeah.
Yeah, basically. And it's all of these memories, remembrances have straight up, here's what you need to do. So like close 20 synapses to unlock that. Attach total 25 memories to skills, like all of that kind of stuff is all there. So yeah, that's Othercide. I'm really liking what I'm doing about this. It's a really cool mix of style and straight up mechanics, which are very cool. And yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes, basically. Seeing how much it shakes things up, but definitely having just gone into the second era, like brand new creatures, brand new skills. Old creatures have got new skills as well, like that. The plague guys never used to be able to armor themselves. That's new. But yeah, so that's Othercide. It seems to be out on everything, and I think it's I want to say it's 20. I think it's maybe less than that right now. But yeah, if you like this kind of game, you'll know almost immediately whether you'd be interested in some of that. But yeah, so
yep.
Thanks, Cal.
Thanks, Shane.